when you are feeling what is unchanging, when you are not moving, when you are not following the appearance of movement, what is discovered is you are untouched. Untouched.
You said buried pieces come up, so a buried piece has come up, and I just want to ask you for help. Everything you just said, I mean, obviously I've fallen away from myself. I know that. I just want help to get back.
Yes, it's beautiful. That is so beautiful. So let us embark on a little exercise, Kay.
Just a minute. I just realized that I asked you for help, and that also means I have to be willing to take it.
That's right. And the thing about it is, that is 100% what determines whether it transforms or not.
I know.
So the first part of this is an enormous, enormous opportunity for you. When suffering comes up in a huge way and it's really, really active, and you obviously hold the potential to break through it, or this would not be playing. The ability to do this is enormous. You have to just want it. You have to want it. You cannot minimize how important this is. So the first thing is there must be the readiness to let go of the story for 2 minutes. To let go of the story for 2 minutes. Story does not want to let go, but you have to want to let go of the story with 100% intensity. In other words, for 2 minutes you do not touch anything prior. If you do not touch anything prior, you have lost relationship with an identity, because that's born out of memory. This one pointed intensity to let go of the habit of living in memory, and thus there is no identity. There is the realization that you live now. You've always lived now. There only is now. And everything else is fantasy. But there is the feeling of where you live, which is now. Right now, is there the experience of being caught?
It just flickers a little.
Yes, okay. Flickers a little bit. It is holding on to this one pointed tenacity. I realize it wants to, with such force, grab the attention. It is times like this which are the pieces that have to come up in order to recognize that you have what it takes. And all you need to do is not grab onto anything. And where it starts is the recognition that the identity is a facade. There really is no identity. If you want to look for anything, it is to look for an identity without touching the imagination of a past which is non-existent.
It seems mostly mostly not there, but there's like a haunting
Yes,
sense of being haunted.
yes, I understand. It is to hold on to your tenacity. It is to hold on to this tenacity. Your freedom is dependent upon it. It is to hold on to this tenacity. It is to not grab anything. If something grabs you, if that happens, it is to realize it is not true, no matter how it feels. This process is opening, so you are becoming more sensitive to energies bigger than your own personal story. This is why this tenacity must intensify. Your experience is that there is a memory coming through that was hidden, but it is more than that that is going on. This is what happens as you expand. That's why it is surprising how tenacious it is, but your intensity has to be greater, and it is.
There's a little doubt about that.
That's in the mind. It doesn't matter. It is not touching a thought. If there is the letting go of the habit of the past, can you find the problem? Can you find a problem letting go of the habit of the past?
The problem is letting go of the habit when
Yes.
it's sitting right there.
Yes, but it's not sitting right there. What's sitting right there are emotions and sensations, feelings. They're not affecting anything.
That's right. That's a part of it to get. I'm really listening.
Yes, I hear you. So there are sensations. There are sensations. There are subtle thoughts that spin around sensations. They are only sensations. It is all in the matrix.
I haven't seen the movie. Sorry.
No wonder why you're suffering. It is just sensation. If you, instead of falling into the mind's story of the sensation, if you look to see what is the sensations that seem to be such a big deal, what are they affecting?
The identity.
They're affecting what identity? What are they affecting when there is the release of an illusory identity that is arising out of imagination? If you let go of the imagination, what are the sensations affecting? If there is the letting go of a hypnotic trance about an identity, what can you find something that the sensations are affecting? Sweetie?
I don't know. This part has always, in the past, this has been hard, and it's still hard. Is there some other way of looking at it?
Yes, yes, which we've been looking at, and that is letting go of the story.
I see now why this piece, which doesn't seem important, is, I mean, it is, the thing is about the identity. It's so,
Everything that is problematic is about the identity.
yeah,
The only one that can sever that relationship is you. The truth is, it is fabrication, and it is known that it is fabrication.
okay,
The
severing the relationship is where I
In
need to
other
go.
words, it
That's
is
where,
not allowing. Misery wants to survive. It is like an entity unto
yeah,
itself. You have to want to hold on to what is true
yeah,
with a greater sense of tenacity than misery's attempt to survive. And that is up to you.
and severing the relationship with that is what I want.
Then just cut it. Then just cut it right now. Just cut it right now. Everything that is being felt in that body is being felt in this body. Typically, it is felt in this body much more intensely, but it is just sensation. It's meaningless. It's just sensation. When you are feeling what is unchanging, when you are not moving, when you are not following the appearance of movement, what is discovered is you are untouched. There may be an overlay that the mind is pissing and moaning about, but it is just phenomena. Okay?
I will cut it.
What?
I will cut it.
Yes, this is what I love to hear. I will cut it. And just in that internal conviction, what happens now? What occurs the moment there is this conviction?
It's cut.
It's cut. That is the case. It's cut. As soon as the conviction is true, the appearance of the issue is gone. It is a guarantee. It always works like this. It has nothing to do with the phenomena. It has to do with the degree of conviction. If the conviction is true, no matter what it is, evaporates because it is imaginary.
I remember what I'm here for now. Had momentarily forgotten.
Yes, remember what I am here for now. Momentarily there was a forgetting. Grace. Grace arises because of the recognition of the conviction. There can be such convincing stories that it is more than I can do, but it is never, ever, ever the case. It is always a question of whether or not the conviction is all the way through.
Just hold me in that.
It has happened. There is no time. There is no progression. There is reality and there is forgetfulness. Reality is now. In reality is the recognition there is no individual. There is no doing. There is no my in what is called my mind. There is the nature of yourself, which is unblemished, which carries no past, thus it carries no identity. It is already whole and complete. It is already free. You are so welcome. It was you that did it.